obviously that was a really tough night for us as a football team, and first thing I want to do is praise Syracuse, and that's a really good football team. We saw it last Saturday night, and they were everything I thought they'd be. They've got a tremendous running back. They've got a tremendous quarterback who gave us problems. You know, we thought we had him bottled up. He got away. We got pressure up the middle, lost contain, and he'd get out and make plays on us. Defensively, they were really good, aggressive, covered well, got after the quarterback, and you know, just it's a very disappointed team in there. And you know, here's what I'm proud of, okay? And it's hard to stand up here after a game like that and say you're proud of anything. I'm not proud of myself because I didn't do a good enough job getting these guys ready, and it always starts with me. But they fought. They fought, okay? And there were moments in that game where it could have gone either way with these guys, and the things that they've been through and the battles that they've friggin' weathered, they showed character. You look at the scoreboard and it doesn't show it. You look at the stats, it certainly doesn't show it. You look at some of the things that happened during the game, some of the plays, it doesn't show it, but there was a feeling on the sideline and a feeling in the locker room afterwards of resolve, of competitiveness, of staying together, fighting together, not fighting against each other, that we can build on. And we will build on that. And, you know, those are tough ones. I mean, I'm in a lot of those, but I wouldn't pick another group of young men that I'd want to be with than these guys right here. I see it in their eyes. I see it in their actions. Obviously, our performance tonight wasn't up to snuff, but we're going to get better. So, any questions?
I know Cam and Keelan aren't here. How would you assess the overall pass game? I don't think there was a pass attempt beyond 10 yards in the air downfield.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to make excuses with injuries. They are real, but I'm not going to make excuses. We have to find ways to get guys open. Guys got to create separation. We have to help them create separation with the design of our plays. Losing Brian Bruton probably for the season hurt us as well because, you know, he's an element of speed that we like to get out on the edge and he can make some plays. My hat's off to Devontae Houston, who before the game probably wasn't going to play. He has a shoulder injury. They padded it up. His grandmother was here, and he was inspired to play, especially when Brian, you know, Bruton broke his finger in pregame warmups, and then he, you know, fractured his elbow during the game, and Devontae just said heck with it and stepped up. And that's what I'm talking about, the character of these guys. So we have to find ways to get guys open, you know, and whether that's, like I said, scheme or it's just been hard for us to get separation, you know, so we just got to keep working on that.
So this is the first of 4 really challenging situations for this team. How do you go about making sure they keep their confidence and they don't feel deflated by something like this heading to Michigan and beyond?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that with this group. I think it's in the way that we all talk to each other and treat each other and hold each other accountable, and our expectations for our performance, regardless of score. And I said this when I first got hired here, is one of the ways that I'm going to define this team is not by looking at the score on the scoreboard, but by looking at the effort and the competitiveness, regardless of situation. I feel like I will probably look at this film and be hugely disappointed in myself and the way that this game played out, but I have a feeling that I will be encouraged by the competitiveness of the fight and the effort of the young men in that locker room, because they do care desperately. They desperately want to win. Desperately want to win. Nobody can fault their effort.
Does Nate kind of show that competitiveness, the way how hard he runs with every, you know,
and so did Victor Rosa in that last play, and so did the the 4th down stop. And there was one play in that game that that gave me a feeling of hope. And it was, they scored a touchdown, and I've always felt like your field goal, PAT block team is the indicator of effort on your football team. That's what I've always believed, at least, and that's what I've always been taught by the great men that I've been fortunate to coach with. And our defensive line and our linebackers went after it on that play. The game was out of hand. And I've seen teams that have a lot more talent and a lot less heart just give up in situations like that, and our guys aren't going to give up. And yeah, do we have a tough stretch here? Yeah, you know what, we're taking one play at a time. We're going to try to win the next down. That's got to be our mindset. Win the next down. The world stops after the next snap, and then we go on after that. And that's how we have to approach it, and that's how we will approach it.
Jim, their success in the passing game, was that more of a coverage issue or more of not getting pressure on the quarterback and a combination of the two?
Well, I would say, Dom, it's a combination. You know, our plan was to be aggressive with some of our pressures, thinking that, you know, we needed to try to combat the size advantage they had on us up front by piercing them a little bit. We got pressure up the middle, and a couple times we lost contain. This guy's elusive. He can make plays with his legs. He was able to buy time and find guys open. You know, we were playing some coverages where we were rushing 6 and playing some zone behind it, which is risky if you don't get there. Very risky. And, you know, he was able to sidestep stuff, get out of the pocket, and find guys open. And, you know, those are frustrating times, especially when you're trying to call a game, because you know, as a play caller, the last thing you ever want to do is try to call a defense to stop a particular play, because if you miss, it's ugly. And unfortunately, I missed a lot tonight, and I don't feel good about that. I don't feel good about putting our guys in bad situations.